full 10%. I know full well you're riding on getting some of those sweet, sweet channel points, and you'll be praying here that Keenan can work the magic that he once did. Let's get into our operator bands fresh and see who will not be joining us in this wonderful mountain retreat.
I believe you just called me Tim.
Did I call you Tim?
Tim came out of your mouth.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I've got much more hair than Tim. I was once bald, but I'm not anymore.
Thank God.
Yeah, terrible. Terrible idea. I don't know who convinced me to do it. It might have been Fabian.
Look, right, you're going to get called Tim a lot during this cast. And
That's fine.
I make no apologies for it. It's just going to be a thing.
If I could be a 10th of the cast that Tim is, then I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah.
What a fantastic man. The very map where Lasergates was born as well was actually on Shelley.
Do you know what? I nearly crashed my car when that was coined.
Really?
So this was back
Will be that funny?
Yeah, so this was back in the interim.
I didn't think you'd say yes.
This was back in the interim when I left my coaching days, and obviously I hadn't started my casting days.
After you crashed your second team into the ground, yeah.
I was just a soulless bean, and I got a proper job, and I was driving home, and I put the cast on, just the audio of it, obviously. Wasn't watching it whilst I was driving.
Good man.
And Tim dropped a Lasergates comm. I couldn't stop crying. There's been 2 moments like that in my car. The first one was that, and the second one was the Mexico Major, you, Tim, and Jackie talking about pots and pans. And I lost it. I genuinely nearly lost it.
Honestly,
driving
mate,
over the Humber Bridge.
There was a time, I think, where that B stream had more viewers than the main stream when we were having that podcast during a break. We had 30 minutes of downtime, and me, Jackie, and Tim were just talking utter crap about anything.
You absolutely were.
Ladders. We were talking about labels on paint pots. Like, you name it, it was being talked about at some point. But let's get into it. We can reminisce all we like. I could sit here and do a whole history lesson on the casting of Siege if you really desire, but we'll avoid it. Bar Gaming, we go to for round number 1. It's going to be G2 kicking things off on the defensive side, and we have whizzed through those bans, and there's a real spicy one on side here, fresh.
Is it Valkyrie?
No.
No.
Sadly not. It's going to be the Twitch, mate.
The Twitch? I thought you meant the Jaeger.
No, the Twitch is pretty important.
Okay, why?
It's just, well, you tell me, you're the analyst.
No, I'm casting now.
It's what they pay you for.
No, I'm doing the play-by-play. You're doing the call.
Oh, you want to do play-by-play?
No, I absolutely do not. I
You sure
hate my play-by-play casting. Twitch and Jaeger. Now, I'm not sure why, because I've not seen Secret play a lot of Twitch. I'll be honest, maybe it's just a comfort thing. They've seen something on, maybe Keenan, Kendrew, whoever they've seen, they don't want a Twitch on the board. That F2, I play it in ranked. It's called the anti-moron cannon for a reason. It is an Unreal gun.
The anti-what cannon?
The anti-moron cannon. It's the AMC. And then you've got the Jaeger, obviously, it helps so much. It forces teams to play Wamai. It means you can actually get nades in much earlier, because it's not just, Wamai obviously increases his value over time. You force teams to play Wamai. G2 are clearly very capable, very happy to play Wamai, as we're seeing Doki on it straight away.
I've just realised in all my stat sheets I still haven't added Titan as a player for Secret, so I have to keep on using Pat Ball every Playday.
That's disappointing.
Makes it look like a great planter, admittedly. Which is what Titan has been. Keep a very close eye on the man with the diffuser attached to that back pocket of his, because he's been doing work with it so far throughout the stage. And when I say work, I'm pretty sure I'm referring to the fact that he has more plants than he does kills. Is that still the case, by the way?
Could be. I'll have to double check.
How about I find out right now?
Yeah, you find out right now.
Right in front of me. 10 kills, 6 plants, no.
Okay. Well, nearly. I mean, that's still a great ratio, I'm not going to lie, if you want that thing. Alamar gets the first kill onto Kendrew, playing the long angle from the dining with a rotate and a reinforcement. It's quite an extended hold from G2, and Secret, they seem to just be doing for a kind of direct take, going on the library windows and the games windows, with Slemon kind of just holding that kind of main stairs cut off, from the main lobby door, as I alluded to. That's all Slemon needs to do to hold Alamar. But the big problem with that is Alamar's already got the first kill on Kendrew. Kendrew's gone, which means realistically, Secret then have to be the proactive team in this.
They've got to work some magic for sure, just trying to force their way in, like you say, straight to the half wall and sticking that plant. Titan holding down F as he has done so many times so far. If he sticks this out, this could be magical. I don't even know at this point as well. Prano getting caught out in the crossfire across from the window. But Citizen, 2 massive kills from above as the control was not established by Secret. They've got the plant down, but the control, it doesn't quite look to be the case. Keenan outside the window, holding down on 1. A 4 versus 2 coming in now for G2. Slebent up on the window as well from above. Will try and do what he can. And G2, they've got to scramble something big here as well. 1 left alive. Citizen onto a 3K. What a surprise here. Out they come for the windows. Finds 1, finds 2. Can they close him out? Keenan! It's going nuclear! A 3K making a 4! What a start to the game!
There is absolutely no way G2 have not been that coordinated to push him one by one by one by one. Kendrew is maybe getting a little bit too big for his boots with a series of question marks. Never forget that he actually did team with Citizen. He did team with Doki all the way back in the day. That is a massive round loss for G2 because they 4v1. I think it was Citizen that was out on the balcony that dropped down, but it was a second, 2 seconds until I think it was Alamo and the Legion then got out of the game's window.
Citizen may have just dropped the F-bomb, realised his problem, and then spammed chat to hide it as fast as he could.
Did he? Is that what he did?
Yes,
because I was...
Because naturally...
I was looking at you, I was screaming, and I didn't see it. Chat, you didn't see that.
Oh,
look at this. One, then the next one. Then, wait for it.
No.
Wait for it. Then the next one decides. And the fourth one, who was in Narnia, by the way.
Narnia.
Virtue, where you been? Why are you in Narnia?
Where you at, bro?
Eventually gets out the window as Keenan picks up that 4K. And I'm putting that round on Titan. Titan won it.
I mean, the plant being down led to that situation.
I put the round for G2 in my notes.
Oh, what a round when Citizen finds a 3K and they still don't win the round. Classic G2 moment. Gosh. That's what you love to see. And Citizen was blaming Doki, saying that he's been baiting him, as his story has been on Twitter for weeks that has been the outcome. But either way you skin a cat, it's going to be Secret with that first round. 1-0 up, and can they pull out a second plant like that? I'm not too sure, but we'll see what they can do, as now we head down into the basement.
One thing that Secret have gotten by adding Titan, and I'm not saying it's the right decision. I don't know if I am saying it's the right decision or not.
I think you are.
They play very plant-focused Siege. The objective of every single round when they are on attack is what is the easiest way for us to plant the diffuser. Now, teams often, because Siege is an FPS game at core, a full 5 sometimes gets lost in the sauce a little bit. And you see teams, I think we saw it earlier, I can't remember which game it was, I think it was on Cafe, where there's a player that can plant, no, it was Bank. And they can plant and they're just kind of looking for kills. And it's like, well, plant.
Oh, that was Rips.
Rips, yes. It was Rips on Bank, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas Secret aren't like that. They're focused on, it's almost like protect the president.
Yeah.
Protect Titan, get him in, get the plant down, and we can win. And it really does give them an identity. They've got an identity.
Oh, come now.
And I said they were soulless before. I said they'd lacked identity before. They've got an identity at least. As Citizen gets that opening C4 kill on to Gomfi. That's the Ayana off the board. And that's another opening kill for G2.
C4 into Solar as well, yeah, absolute freebie as the repel came through. Good start for G2, but we saw how the last round played out, and that was an opener for them in that round too, with Kendrew being the one who went down to Alamau from Dining. You got Alamau himself holding up here on Mez, just waiting for a challenge to come in across the top side of the map. So G2 certainly not wasting time. They are extending across the entirety of the map here, whether it's that top floor, the first floor, or down in the basement, looking to keep G2 busy. Air jabs going down to try and secure their path downwards here. Kendrew going to have to keep an eye out though, because again, with those 1 or 2 members of G2 that were lurking around on the upstairs, you just never know when they're going to come striking and come lurking on you.
It's a very slow attack here from Secret. They've taken almost 2 minutes. Sure, they've got the map control. What they're looking to do now is they want to open the 2 walls with Ace. You're going to see Titan open up the long angle wall. He's now going to open up Boiler Wall. Eventually, what they want to do is get rid of Doki from this position as he plays for the impact trick. Does not achieve it. They want to get rid of Doki, and then they want to plant because they've got control of the hatch and the long angle. The only place that's a problem for them right now is Doki. Once he's gone, they can start playing this Protects the President game again and walk Titan into the plant. Although I don't think G2 are going to make it that easy. They might look to try and retake, as Alamau is going all the way upstairs for a flank to look to retake Dining, therefore look to retake hatch control, therefore stopping the plant.
That's what they're hoping for, absolutely, but there's 3 air jabs down around Piano, well 2, sorry, and then 1 also now being deployed there, as you saw a second ago. Here comes that vertical step across, but Alamau not quite looking in the right place, loses it out. Virtue finding one for himself before Kendrew, quiet in round 1, finds a 2K, and once again, Secret are going in for the plant. As a man runs into the air jab upstairs, plant's going to get stuck, and G2 have got to try and swing it back. It's 3 versus 3. They've got the long angle. Titan plants and kills Doki. Another round for the CV, no doubt. And now G2, the panic stations are on. It's the 2 backline players. It's Virtue, it's Prano to try and find something here to bring it back for them. But it looks like the boys have got it locked down. Prano hits the deck, and no way have Secret found 2 rounds to kick things off against G2.
And I tell you who's smiling. I'm smiling, and Ace of Pyrite is smiling because me and Ace pulled that strat off in ranked in Platinum. There is no way a professional team should ever lose that bomb site as an attacker, in my opinion. And I'm glad that Secret knew exactly what they needed. The worst thing G2 could have actually done was go to that site, in my opinion, because that is the most plant-focused site on this map. Because you need to take control of a hatch, you need to take control of West Main, and then you need to breach 2 walls, and you quite literally win the round, as we saw from Secret. It doesn't matter whether you play with a coach, because that coach did his job. He breached, he planted, and then he went and took Doki's head off just for good measure.
He's got 2 plants. He's 1-on-1. You cannot fault the man. Beautiful start for Secret. It could all go wrong from here, and you'd feel delighted about having these 2. What?
A part of me for a second, I don't think G2 will lose this game on the balance of it. But
yeah, I mean, look back at the BDS game, right? 3-0 to Pones in the first 3, and we were like, oh boy, is this it? Then Order did re-establish itself, but G2 have got to get on.
Secret have a lot of fans right now. They've got Outsiders, BDS, Rogue, and LFO. All every time.
And Eminem.
And Eminem, yeah. As Titan is pressing F, all those 5 teams are pressing F alongside him because they want Secret to take
like
these
some
points
Dragon Ball Z, like Father Son, come here sort of thing going on here. Come on, man, hold down that F key, and it works beautifully. Well, let's make it 3-3. 3rd time lucky Titan. Time to step up and live up to the namesake as well. Let's see how this round plays out then. G2 once again looking for their first round on this kitchen dining defense, going for a full rotate through sites, yet to step upstairs. We've gone bar gaming, we've gone snowmobile, and now we've gone kitchen dining. Might just be completely avoiding that top floor fresh.
I think so, and I think it's the worst defensive site in terms of pro play. I know it's played as the primary site in ranked, but I understand why teams don't want to go to it. If I'm G2, I'm probably going back to bar and just making a little bit more presence on site, because that seemed a very fixable objective that you could have played and gone back and won, because there's no way Secret would get such a fast plant off once again. However, they've chose to go to kitchen. Name of the game up here: defend the top floor with your lives, and then look to fall back down and really delay the attackers getting vertical control for as long as you possibly can.
Well, let's just pray there is no sprint in here and Doki finds himself falling by the wayside early on. Secret making some good progress here inside the opening 60 seconds or so. Have got themselves up to this office wall. Now we'll be looking with Titan when he's here to get the wall opened up. Currently still over towards the library side of things. The Thatcher already in flow and making things happen. He spent them first 60 seconds on a drone. You can't blame the man here doing the right sort of thing. But by that 90-second mark, this wall will be opened up. Chances are he opens this and then drops down into the lobby and gets open the dining wall as well. Very common to see both of those opened up here. And then you can really start looking for the fights.
It's fully protect the President Siege. Let him drone for 2 minutes. Let him come in and breach 2 walls. And then you're going to happily, look for him to get a plant. It's step by step from Secret so far. They've got the right map control. They can hold the vertical from above, which means once Titan goes in, he can't be displaced by a defender from the vertical because they control the vertical and now they control site. For G2, you're looking at them trying to retake this vertical, I think, from this position. They've still committed people upstairs. There's still 3 people potentially playing upstairs. Citizen's going to play the long angle. And I think they're going to waste down time.
Care.
Oh, wait, is he going in? He's going in for the plant. They need to retake this, and they really need to retake it now.
Hello? Surely Doki get an air jab back. That vertical angle's there, but he can't do it again. They've got away with it. Doki finds the entry anyway, but it's not the man you're looking for. Titan sent into a bank, man, because he's breaking in for that gold all day long. 3 rounds, 3 plants, and G2 have got to start a massive recovery effort. Gonfi finds out Doki. A 4 versus 3, a 4 versus 2. They're doing it, boys. Is this where G2 falls short of the major? Quite possibly, as they have been cleared out. Secret are making this look easy.
That's exactly what it is. They're making it look so easy. Protect the President. Win Team Secret. Way too much respect, way too much map control. I like this clash. I like the idea.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. I like the idea that you've got a clash that's going to be oppressive and in people's faces. If you think about the last time that G2 played this site, Titan was able to just jump in the window. There was nobody inside the game to stop him. In this scenario currently, Clash can just be there. What are they going to do against the Clash? Sure, they've got a couple of nades. They've got 4 nades. That's about it, realistically, because there's a Thatcher, there's a Ban, and there's a Buck. They can't do anything against Clash. Even the nades can be somewhat effective, which means Virtue can completely control site and library should he choose to do so. He's basically a mobile, oppressive unit at Secret right now, and it creates a big problem that Secret have to solve first before they even think about going for a plan. I like this from G2.
I think, really, if you're G2, you should be anticipating exactly what's coming, which should be that focus again on a plant. It has been their go-to. It's almost like keep it simple, stupid, right? KISS, that kind of old acronym. Don't try and overcomplicate things. Just look for the diffuser to go down. They've done it in wonderful style so far. There are no smokes on side this time around. So direct to site may just be the play. Look for a jumper through that window again and make the play. With a little bit of contest coming in on the upstairs as well. This could be enough really. Just keep Virtue at bay now, and you could get like penciled in from either of those windows. Keenan has got the cross angle as well. So they are getting a slow and steady setup here. Titan sitting across on drone just to make sure they can get some lobby control. So maybe actually Secret are opting to try and get this top floor control.
Yeah, and that's what they're going for. They're not, you know, we saw last time they took basically no control and held a post plant from outside of a window. Now they're actually forcing to go in for this. Virtue's doing a terrific job of just feeding information. Secret are trying to get to other windows, get behind him, breach, really make him uncomfortable, but he can quite literally just die.
No!
He can quite literally just die.
He got baited.
Virtue, why have you pulled your gun out?
Because that is tragic. He went to go and try and spray off those 6 amount of pellets on the other side of the wall. The man vaults in through the double window, Sleben, and gets 2 kills.
It doesn't matter.
Where is the cover from the rest of the team? Things not going the way that they should have at the start of this round.
It's
going in. Titan's in. He's holding down. Everybody's in, but the smoke is going to kill you. Please step away. And down he goes. Unfortunate.
Oh,
mistakes were made.
Emotional roller coaster. Citizens tried to retake the vertical from library. Actually has some kind of peek hole, but the player in the live window can hold him back out, which means this plant can start going in if they can displace Prano. He's got himself back into the stock room. There's a yellow pin coming out. Gonfi has an important job here as Kendra takes a peek onto Citizen, and Citizen wins it out, which means Gonfi's going to have to force his way through crouch walk. Might find Citizen, sees him, does get the kill in the end, but get instantly refragged from Prano. 1v2, and it's all on Keenan.
You know he can do this as well. He's found one. 35 seconds. Is he going to look the right way for this one as well? Does he know? Could find himself getting swung out if he's not too careful here. Almost anticipating it. Prano, he's had a quiet couple of weeks as well. Not the best games overall. Sees the man and connects the headshot. G2 finally getting on the board. But for a second there, it looked a little bit dicey.
It really did. When Titan was putting that defuse down, that smoke canister that came out from Prano absolutely just won them the round. Killed Titan. That diffuser goes down, it's GG. It's not GG, it's round over. It's Virtue needs to not pull his gun out on the clash. I don't care how much he didn't want that breach. It was not worth losing 2 lives to deny that breach that went down anyway. You almost definitely should not be pulling your gun out in that scenario unless you are 100% safe. Virtue was not 100% safe because he was the sole focus there. Nearly cost his team that round. Luckily, Prano managed to clutch out the kill with the smoke canister and then the 1v1, but it came very close.
Very, very close indeed. Okay, down to the basement we go once again. And you had your comments about this last time round. You spoke about yours and Tim's escapades in ranked and the executes that you pull off to near perfection every single time. I'll give you that much.
Yep.
Let's see how G2 fare.
You don't need to take much, and what you do need to take as attackers for this map, well, for this site, is very simple. Because you go in from trophy side, right? Most of the time. You take control of West Main, you take control of Dining by extension of having control of West Main, and then you breach 2 walls and you plant. The Goyo adaptation here from Citizen, quite nice. I like it, because you're talking about the plant spot, the Secret one, basically just going only for. Is he just...
Yeah, he just put it inside the barrel. Can we have a look at that, please, Observer? Because I think you can just about see the tiniest little bit of red. A C4 will definitely catch it.
Where? No.
It's inside the barrel.
He was trying to put it inside the barrel.
No, because it wasn't in his inventory anymore. It's gone. It's definitely 100% in there. I saw it go down.
Inside the barrel.
Yep. Maybe you can only see it when you're
well, that's going to be a big
close.
problem, because I don't know if you remember the last time Titan planted, he basically shot the crap out of that barrel to try and plant on it. So if he does that again this time, he's going to explode a Goyo canister.
Surprise!
All over himself, and he will be hot-pocketed to his unfortunate death should he get there. Same approach from G2 though. They're going to try and hold on to the hatch for as long as they can before then dropping back and trying to play a utility game for that particular plant spot, and then potentially play for a retake. I want to see Doki get a little bit more aggressive, particularly towards this dining side, which is what he's looking to do.
Yeah. It's like you said, get out in the map, cause some trouble for G2, get up in there, for Secret, get up in their face, look to challenge them early on. Don't let them get set up for the execute, because that has been where they paid the price in several of these rounds. Alamau also looking to do his own little bit of work here, out towards library side. He's out the window here, looking for what he can. Will he find anyone? Absolutely not, but it's sure to remind Secret that, hey, they are out in the map and they are looking to be troublesome.
I wonder if push for Secret just direct to site here, rather than kind of, maybe not, I don't know. I'm thinking rather than maybe take your time to force this out and then eventually die to Goyo canisters. It's whether they've drawn the Goyo, in my opinion, that's key. If they know there's a Goyo, then they might have chosen to go direct to site. As it is, they've got this map control. Gonfi, he might not know it yet, but the map control has been fully established apart from the top floors. Titan's getting a little bit aggressive to try and take vertically over Dining. I really like this from Secret, by the way, because they don't have to go into Dining to control it. They have to go into Office to control it. 2 minutes gone, though. Not much has happened, not much engagement. They're just trying to work on that Dining map control so we can see them do the same again to set up for the plant.
And they're trying to force the members of G2 back as well. They have done that much at least because Doki has departed his office hold initially, stepped himself back down towards the south, but Alamau is still positioned inside of Library.
Yeah.
No one looking to push on that side here. Some work that could be done by Alamau if he's not checked for. So
there's no Nomad this time as well.
Yeah, in the last 60 seconds, you still got a top floor roamer coming out for G2. That could spell disaster, but they're turning their attentions in towards the site here as well, seeing what they can get set up as Titan's going to move his way out towards Trench.
Yeah, he's going to go down to Boiler. Same again, look to breach the Boiler. Almo's got himself back into lobby. There's no Secret presence physically inside of Dining, which means they're holding it from very long angles that Alamo needs to be aware of. There's no Nomad to stop him going in there, which means this hatch can be retaken. Don't forget about the Goyos when this execution does go down.
Oh dear. They really need to find a way of getting rid of these two. They're going to try and step their way through, expecting someone to be around West Main. But look at the clock here, Fresh. We're down to the last 15. One being dropped. It's Doki actually on his push forward as Gonfi finds him out. They're only just getting this wall opened up, and Citizen can just trigger out these two exploding Vulcan canisters here, and that'll be round done and dusted. Last 4 seconds. C4 comes through. Down goes Gonfi, and it looks like Secret have left this one a little bit too late. A 3K coming in at the end for Virtue.
When you spend 2 minutes to try and get control of Dining on Chalet, and you spend another further 50-ish seconds to breach the 2 walls, that's going to happen. And I think it was a nice decision, but ultimately to try and plant on the table, but there was just no Secret player near Titan whatsoever. No. Nobody could cover blue, nobody could cover the swing from the long angle. There was basically nowhere that you could play Protect the President Siege in that particular setup. And I think if Secret droned it, it was a bit of a misplay to do the same attack and expect the same result, because G2 adapted super well there. And that's what I will say for G2. These 2 rounds that they've just won, there's been very clear adaptations. The clash didn't work in round 4, but they managed to win it. In round 5, the Goyo adaptation, I absolutely loved it.
Beautiful stuff. Now, can it yield the results to get them a 3-3 half? Not a...
Wouldn't be bad on the defense.
I mean, you'd take it, right? But definitely not in the fashion they were looking to get to that kind of scoreline. That much is for sure. Kitchen and Dining, we head to, once again, as we saw it back in round 3. The only real comment I've got down for this one is Plant XD, because the cover that came out from G2 was very reliant on Doki and Citizen. One at the back of Solar, one playing above, and there simply was no one stopping Titan walking into site and getting the plant. Let's see how things step forward then here in round 6.
I'm liking the adaptation. I'm talking about G2's adaptation game. Maestro on side this time. Previously, Prano was on the smoke. He's now moved over to the Maestro, which means at the very least, we're going to see some kind of denial and information that the plant is going down from G2 that Secret have to work through before the plant. And these whole rounds 4, 5, and 6, I always call them the most interesting rounds in Siege, because you see what teams do to unpick the win condition of the other teams. Secret are playing Protect the President Siege. G2 make them solve problems before they can even think about playing that kind of Siege.
And here's a really spicy one. Secret have 6 picked away and completely removed their hard breach, and no Ace, no Thermite, no Hibana, nothing. Instead, they're relying solely on those hard breach gadgets coming in for Titan, which makes me a little bit nervous, but then equally, they might just try and do what we've seen a few teams do, and where with the 90 corridor coming in towards site, you push it to the top side and going through the single wall, rather than trying to go through the big main double wall and go for a plant that way behind smoke instead. We've seen a few teams get baited by it, so maybe that's the game plan here for Titan and the rest of Secret.
I'm personally not vibing with that adaptation. I think the lack of the breaching capability whatsoever is pretty difficult to play around, because you've only got 2 very small breaches that you can hold, which makes G2 much more comfortable in all of their positions. 2 big Thermite breaches, on the other hand, makes you kind of think that somebody's looking through them. So I don't know if I like it, and there's a lot of time. We've spent a minute 15 already. You see how Almo is just chilling. You know what I mean? He's just chilling. He's looking at the floor. I think he's using sound in that particular instance to work out where drones are coming from, work out where players are from. And Secret, they're taking their sweet time to really try and force an attack and shape the identity of an attack right now.
Wonderful double floor fights as well. Incoming a smoke by the sounds of it coming out from Titan here, trying to work their way through. And this is just inside of Solarium. One player still tucked in here. Alamau, they must surely hear the ring coming out, so they know where the man is, but can't just blindly swing in here and hope for the best. Out comes the fire, not going to burn the man as he's tucked just inside the corner. This could be Titan's chance to go in here, to be fair, while he's penned inside, but then he could just vault over those solar stairs and do a bit of damage. So despite the utility being used, there's no progress really being made by Secret once again.
Yeah, there's a minute to go, and what have Secret got in terms of map control? I think there's a player lurking in West Main. I've just seen the shadow. It is Kendrew, who's managed to get himself into West Main, but I don't think he knows exactly where the G2 players are. He's very cautious of that fact and will retreat back down the West Main stairs, as Sleben does eventually take out Alamo, but only 40 seconds left. Very little map control. It's not looking too great for G2 right now. Sorry, for Secret right now, as Doki does manage to find one on his Titan. That's Diffuser as well. Kanan's still outside the building. I don't know where Kendrew is. Sleben's still outside the building. This round's all but done and dusted for Secret right
this
now.
one. Oh, close as well. Just a little bit overcooked in that case. Not quite like the game. It's a little bit more brutal than that. Sleben into a double in the round, and Kendrew's on the move through. He's inside of sight here as Doki gets another one back, but they have no idea the man's inside of sight. Gets yet another one back, but like you say, that diffuser on the upstairs makes this incredibly difficult. They're going to have to force their way straight up Solar here and see what they can find. Sprinting up, still finds the one, but they haven't got the time here fresh. They can just run away surely. Oh, Kendrew pulls that one out of the bag. What a flick at the end. A 4-2 half for Secret. What a beautiful little play.
Oh my days.
Why not run?
You got to run.
Why?
This is not why you sprinting. This is why you not sprinting away from the attackers that are trying to kill you. You don't even give them that chance to do that.
They haven't got time to get the diffuser and get down to sight.
Just get yourselves out. Jump out the window. Jump out a bathroom window and go down onto the balcony, down onto West Main. If you have to, do anything, but give them that opportunity. You didn't need to do that.
Well, G2, that could be the round that determines, and plus the first straight, to be fair.
Tell me, like, if they go on round difference.
Imagine.
Oh, they don't go on round difference.
At this point, it's not even looking like it might be that way, because Secret are up 4-2. As a reminder, G2 play BDS in Game 3 of our final Playday. That is not a game that either team really want to be walking into with themselves facing the prospect of not making it. BDS won earlier today. They're in a fantastic spot. G2 are currently on a crash course, if not to lose, and at least potentially overtime. Secret just looking for 2 rounds here on the defensive side, and my God, they're hunkering down. You got the Kaid, you got the Mirror, you got the Wamai coming along as well. They really want to dig in deep here. Gonfi dropping a shield, and then no doubt be running off around the map. So G2 have got some work to do.
We're seeing a master bedroom, so G2 didn't play this site at all. Master bedroom and office. Secret are playing it. Their crutch for this particular bomb site is a mirror window. So there's a mirror window, I believe, in the box facing towards top blue. And Easy was trying to show me where the second one is. I don't know where the second one was actually put down. Was it below? Potentially in red hallway. I know Titan does.
It's in his back pocket, mate.
Yeah, so I think he might end up seeing where the attack comes out, basically.
Yep.
If the attack comes out from Solar side, he'll plonk it on the Solar windows. Alamau is on the Amaru. He's looking for a cheeky one straight up in that double window. Doesn't see much on his drone. Sees the glimmer of an arm. This might be a fast one from G2.
Could be, but the rest probably want to get in position first before they try and make this play happen.
2 on the balcony, 1 on windows.
Slowly, like the Pink Panther working his way forward. See a nade in hand as well. Not quite ideal at all. Oh, God for you, cheeky boy! Finds Citizen, who had a nade in hand, ready to swing out there. Alamau getting one back here. Hasn't yet swung his way in, but is up on this window. Keenan hitting the deck as well. G2 finding 3 kills, and that's the kind of round start you want. Prano's in to show him who's the real plant god here in this game. Holding down that F key. This one should be stuck down. And now Sleben and Kendrew, they got a lot of work to do.
And I think basically that's the round over. It's very fast from G2, understanding that Secret were very off of the site. Therefore, hit the site. 1 on double window, 1 on piano windows, 2 on the balcony, and you force yourself into office without a breach and get the plant down. Doki finishes it off with a nade. Really nice spot. Really nice. I don't think that was pre-planned from G2. Maybe it was with the adaptation, you know, of Alamau going on to the Amaru, but it was a nice spot to just force the way in, because realistically Secret didn't have an answer to that particular attack. That's a round. It's probably what G2 need. I never thought I'd be saying this. G2 are trying to cheese rounds off Secret, playing with a coach. But they managed to cheese one right there.
I mean, no matter which way you win around, a win is still a win.
True.
Down we go into the basement. Dug in deep for Secret once again, a very much a turtle-focused strategy coming out. Do want to give a nod towards Gonfi, by the way, being so aggressive against Citizen when he was trying to push in. And the only sound cue that Gonfi had to go off was him shooting that window. He went for a swing, I think, expecting him to be a little bit further back than right up against the window, but found an opener which could have really spelled good news for Secret. Unfortunately, 3 kills flowed through in very quick succession for G2, and they took the round. Down we go into basement, and this looks to be a bit different here, Fresh.
Yeah.
A hold down inside a trench.
We're going to that side that said attackers should never lose. Secret won it once, lost it once, and it's G2's time to attack it. As you say, something a little bit different. We've got a boiler hold coming out of Team Secret, which is a shield through that wine cellar wall that you see teams so often try and take. My worry is you're only holding this with a Wamai. And maybe kind of the Aruni gates because of the nature of what Aruni
Well,
does.
surely you want to chuck like Kendry there and then smoke it off or pop the Goyo canister and get back in and reinforce
What
the
I'm
ball,
saying
right?
is, realistically, this is not going to be hard to clear for the attack. If you've got a Jaeger in play and you're playing 3 ADSs plus the 1i, sure, I can get on board with it. But the fact of the matter is, G2 as a team should be able to take this as, you know, pretty easily.
Forget it. They're not going to attack that side of the map, I don't think, because look at their comp.
How do you predict what G2 are going to do?
I mean, their comp's been a bit crazy for a couple of rounds in a row now. Secret looking to do what they can to deny these drones coming in, but now they've probably seen a couple of them start rolling on through.
This is a smoke plant if I've ever
Yeah,
seen one.
I mean, they'll know that the focus is going to be here. They obviously don't know what ops are coming in this case, but it is looking very, very cheeky.
Oh, I love this.
That's very nice. Stick it. Go quick.
Now. It's got to go now. I think it's too late.
I think he's got it.
Yeah, it's too late.
Just about as well. Pops out the Goyo canister, 45 seconds in. That's a dream start for G2. They've got the Glaz, they've got the Ying, they've got the Ossa. They've got everything they need. And when I say everything, I mean 8 smoke grenades on side here, fresh.
I mean, you're basically looking for a plant on the breach with a lot of smoke and a Glaz sitting behind. Citizen is undoubtedly just going to kind of ying himself in. The Ossa maybe plants, you know, walks up and plants. We'll see how it goes. Doki's holding a lot of long angles. He doesn't want to shoot that camera because he doesn't want to give away his Glaz. Defenders don't know that yet. That's why he's only pinging it out.
Gone 6 might just be the play they needed there to get rid of a bit more utility or information in towards the back. Still holding close, and that one was a bait, just testing the waters to see what the other side would do. They can keep on doing this all day long. The man steps out, another smoke comes through. Will they try and play for this one as well? In goes Citizen, going straight into connector, looking for the man, finds one for himself. Does anyone step across? It's a 3K, the collateral onto Kendra and Titan before Stubborn gets one back. Man down, but 3 fall for Secret.
And you've still got the Glaz. You've now got your Ossa shield in play. Prano's going to get in behind the Ossa shield. Doesn't need to punch it. He's covered in smokes. Going to get the plant down behind the Ossa shield. Doki thinks there's one blue, but he's also holding the breach as well. Plant's gone down. We're into a post-plant situation as G2 flood themselves out of sight. Alamo finds one. It's all up to Gonfi. He's against a Glaz with smokes. One on the main stairs. Alamo tries the pistol whip and gets it.
Trade.
I think that was a trade in the end. Another cheese round from G2. Another good round from G2.
Oh, call it the Botanical Gardens here, fresh. There's been so many plants throughout these rounds. 3 in the first 3 coming out of Secret. We've had 2 in the last 2 coming out of G2. Both teams just being super objective focused. Admittedly, G2 with a little bit more creativity on side as well. Both of those rounds really interesting in terms of lineup and what they were looking to do. I know round 7 ended up playing out quite normally, but in that round 8 there, much more focused. And Stokey saying didn't fire a bullet. I'm pretty sure he took a few shots towards blue. I'm pretty sure we heard him fire a few.
I don't know if he did.
Didn't hit a bullet.
This entry from Citizen, by the way,
this is disgusting.
Snap.
Oh man.
Gets a 3K yinging in, and realistically, you can't legislate for that if you're Secret.
No.
But you have had 2 rounds right now. Counter ratio, counter ratio. We're ratioing each other in chat.
That's why you just say that all the time out loud in the studio. You just like ratio.
No.
Your whole thing is just the word vibing and ratio.
No, vibing, I'll give you.
In the group chat where you can't ratio anyone, you love doing it as well.
If there's just a random word, like if somebody says "excuse me,"
and you'll say something this ratio.
Excuse this ratio, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You're not there for
I'm
it.
a terrible person. I'm about 2 years behind the ratio trend. Ever since I got ratioed on my announcement post for Chaos.
Cheers,
Tristan.
Who ratioed?
It's Tristan. Yeah.
What did he say?
Ratio.
Just ratio. Is that it?
Like, what else do you say when you ratio somebody?
Well, you can only say something plus ratio plus whatever.
Oh no,
plus...
that's new.
Okay.
That's new. The cool kids do that.
Yeah, you're not quite there yet, no?
I've never been a cool kid, and I don't intend on ever being one. Anyway, we've got around to talk about Des, and we're seeing a somewhat normal lineup coming out of G2. It's like G2 have just shown Secret 2 rounds of absolute
chaos.
I had another word in mind, couldn't say it. Of absolute chaos, and then now they're going, do you know what? Secret are probably ready for that absolute chaos. We're going to play normally.
Took him to the circus, mate, with all that clowning around, but it got the results they need, 4-4. The scoreline, and where we were talking 2 rounds ago about Secret potentially taking this at least towards overtime, if not the full victory. It feels like G2 have wised up a little bit here and really put on their winning cap because it's starting to come their way. And more and more this game progresses. Let's see how things go then. Out comes a nade from Citizen into the depths of Garage, who, by the way, is currently sat at 9 kills. But I've got to say, outside of maybe Prano, the entirety of G2 getting involved in this game, in this potential victory so far.
Yeah, Virtue's had a pretty poor stage, but in that office rush, found 2 crucial kills to actually enable that round. So want to highlight that. Gonfi's actually going to look for a kill back out on Citizen. Don't think he actually needs to be realistically looking to get aggressive here onto Citizen, who's just outside of the building. That's 2 players tied up downstairs. If Citizen actually knows, he's going to push in. He saw it on drone, which means he knows. There's 1. There's 2. Citizen once again. Massive double kill, nowhere near sight. You've got to question why the secret players are even down there in the first place, because they've just put their team under a whole lot of pressure there, Gonfi and Sleben.
Well, the classic duo, everyone knows their name, but in this round, the only thing they know is the end of Citizen's barrel. A beautiful 2K as well. We know just how much damage he can do, moves his way up towards 11 kills. The man's an absolute demon when it comes to fights like that. And as you say, a 5 versus 3, Secret not going to be feeling optimistic about their chances.
No, especially now Virtue can get himself on the double window. G2 can start setting themselves up for a plan for actually playing some objective play siege, for breaching, for getting rid of Kendra out of this position, and then play just for a plan. And they can win it out on numbers advantage and numbers advantage alone. Bear in mind, it's numbers advantage, and one of those players is a coach going 1 and 6, holding a ridiculously long angle with a mirror.
Here he goes, C4 in hand as well. Onto the winner, this could be a good one, but no, I think he dips away just in time and evades the C4. Now Alamau stepping his way in, nades in hand, and gets challenged a little bit. That's a great nade. Oh, make it sing! Finds 2 for himself, make it a 3! Wow, great end to the round once again. Citizen the 2K downstairs, Alamau a 3, and G2 fully back in control.
I want to give a lot of praise here. First praise here is G2, because that was an exceptional entry by Ben on the Ayana. I don't know realistically why the secret players were down there, but for Ben and whoever was on the drone frame, I'm going to assume it was Prano or Virtue right now, to get those opening 2 kills. Alamo to then make such an effective entry to get those 3 at the end. And my final bit of praise was actually for our observer Easy, who caught all 5 kills in that round, from the point of view of the player that was actually making those kills.
It's a hard job.
Oh,
it's very hard to catch those kills.
It's more than hard, and that was, every single kill caught on point of view.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Well done, Easy.
Oh, we get a replay of it as well.
That grenade, by the way. Woo. Goodbye, Titan. Could do nothing about it, and then it's an easy 1-2 step in, gets his couple of kills. Just overall 2. I mean, really there, Keenan should have sunk him. Like, with how good Keenan is, he should have got that kill.
And this is why, now I'm not saying you ever want to be in this position, but when you G2, this is why you import a player from LATAM. This is why you buy a team of superstars. Because when you need somebody to get you out of the proverbial, it's people like Alamau who now just find a free kill or nothing.
Yep.
He realistically didn't have any awareness of the 2 players that he killed with his gun.
Nope.
He knew about Titan with the grenade. That's why the grenade went through, and from there it was pure FPS. Doesn't win his team the round. They're probably going to win it anyway, but makes the play.
He does, and for Secret, those woes kind of deep in here. They are now behind for the first time in this game. Given how well it started, G2 have just found those 5 rounds in the last 6 and really swung things back on side. Secret got to pull out something really special, and I just worry at this point that they simply don't have it in the tank. We're kind of seeing that team that we've seen across much of the stage who clearly are in a bit of transition here as well. We know, again, they are playing with Titan, who's their coach. There's no doubt some work to do in the off-season. And sadly, just not one that they will be able to recover from, I think, in this position, unless G2 really slip up.
Look, it's one hell of a stage from Secret.
Absolutely.
They found an identity that they've had to play with a coach and they've had to find a way to be competitive. But 4 rounds against G2, minimum. 5 rounds against BDS. Feel like, they should have won against BDS when you speak to them. They've done very well for the scenario they're in, but I think G2 are now finally starting to step up in gear, start flexing their muscles, and play with a lot of confidence that we know how G2 can.
Citizen. Straight in towards site here, looking towards Split. They haven't got a clue that it's here. Now they know at the very least, but will they win the gunfight? Of course not. It's Citizen. Split is cleared out. They've got full control. They're basically just saying, forget about the site. Let's just hunt them and kill them, boys. Sleben looking out for a flank on Mez. Will he find the one? Yes, he will, but Virtue finds him first. Unfortunate. Gonfi, last man left alive. G2 looking up towards match point here. All they need is 1 kill onto a man with about 15 HP and a dream to his name. They're pushing in towards the site, and Prano here surely want to pad out those plant stats a little bit here. Gonna look for a spot to get a plant down, and this one should be done and dusted fresh.
Nice from Prano, actually. Change the plant position. They have an idea that Gonfi's upstairs. He's not been droned, because if not, there'll be somebody going up and chasing him. Just an idea that he was lurking up in the library. Prano's got the plant down. Gonfi, realistically, in this 1v3, he has to do what you have to do in any 1v3. Identify 1v1 fights, and look how close G2 are to each other. The proximity to each other means that you are not going to get a 1v1. His first one is with Citizen, and who's winning a fight with Citizen today? Apparently, absolutely nobody.
That's like picking up a brand new game and just thinking, God, I can't wait to sit down and play this RPG. Oh no, I'm facing the hardest boss at the very start of level 1. It ain't a fun experience when Citizen is the man waiting to greet you into the building. G2, a heroic comeback so far. far. 6 rounds in 7. One more. Kitchen and Dining. All that stands between them and a critical 3 points. And I think probably them and BDS will be counting their lucky stars, because for what's happened to LFO, for what's happened to Rogue today, those two are the teams most likely to get sucked into that spot fight, whereas those two could already be guaranteed to be in.
G2 will basically all but guarantee, unless a specific set of circumstances happen that rely on them, you know, losing by a lot of rounds. I think it will, in the end, come down to round difference. And G2 at least winning will improve their round difference substantially, that you're talking about G2 not going if they get 7-0 and another team winning 7. Whatever. We'll talk about that next Monday. The win is what's important here for G2 to almost cement themselves going to the major. A 7-0, 7-1 win would have been better, but they'll take the 3 points over absolutely anything.
All I know, and I said it at the very start of the day, we all want to come into Playday 9. Well, all of us except the teams and the players, the backroom staff, so on. Everyone else really wants to come into that final Playday where everything is still on the line, and it's sure looking to be that way. Even if it looks a little bit rosy for a couple of teams, it's definitely not secure. Let's see, though, what goes on, because Alamau has stepped away from playing that Nook, which we've seen him on pretty much all half long outside of that first round on the Amaru, to playing on the Ying, and Virtue is the one who gets to have a little bit of fun here himself, stepping over to that Amaru.
Virtue's crucially got the diffuser, which means he might well be going in for a quick one. I'm thinking potentially up the hatch with where he's located himself. Has he gone himself downstairs? I'm wondering if he's going up the dining hatch for a quick one here. But you've got to talk about breaching and other things before you actually do that. There's no breacher on side. There is a Thatcher. I do wonder, like, how is he going to plant with no cover, with no breaching capability, if he's going up the hatch? Unless he's going to do it late, because you've got no breacher. You let your normal attack come out, and then late, Virtue uses it as a point of ingress into the actual site.
Candela and smoke the living hell out of it. It's probably the only thing I can really think of with that Ying on side, but we'll see exactly how things start to line up. No doubt some softening work to be done by G2 first, with those 4 nades in the back pocket of Doki and of Citizen. And here comes the first one here, hoping to mount on the upstairs, but unfortunately no one is up there. So nades being burned needlessly here. There is no one present inside a bathroom. They've stepped away a long time ago. So G2 chucking through a little bit of utility for free at this point, but still getting themselves set up.
With the success G2 have had, I would kind of bet that they're taking some liberties.
Yeah.
The kind of, I'm not going to say luck, because pro players make their own luck, but the intuition that they use, there should be somebody on that vertical, because if not, somebody could walk up West Main stairs. That's the line of thinking that Citizen's going for. That's why he's nading that spot, as he does get rid of the Aruni gate. This execute's coming in. Virtue's got a kill downstairs. Titan knows that's Amaru. The gun is seen in the kill feed. He will have seen the Amaru. They know this is coming. Keenan's got to be ready for this.
Here it comes as well. Is Keenan flashed out? I don't know if he is at this point, but up he comes as well. Straight into Keenan's waiting arms. Stepping into another. Looks like it might have gone a little bit wrong here for G2, but there is still the opportunity for a recovery effort. Citizen stepping inside of West Main. A bit of a trade as Doki hits the deck, but not yet finished off. Now he gets finished off by Keenan as well. In comes the step across. Citizen looking for Keenan. It's a little bit of a hunt here as well. A go fish. A 2 versus 3. One in behind the bomb chassis. Citizen not able to find his man and just daring him to get swung on the other side, but the vertical that they needed out earlier on is then used against them. Gomfy stepping in, getting the shutdown, and G2, you said, took a few liberties. It could yet come to cost them. Secret win the round. We're at 6 and 5.
And that was an unreal play from Keenan. Keenan and Keenan alone, by shutting down that Amaru play up the hatch. Bulletproof camera was right next to the diffuser, could call for it, and the Frost was then playing the vertical above it. And realistically, that's the round over for G2. Secret did very good, can't speak English at the minute. Secret played very well, very reactionary there, but managed to shut down the main push from G2. As I said, there was a few liberties taken with grenades, with drones, with thinking that you can just Amaru up a hatch without having breached anything, without really having taken the vertical. Because even if Virtue gets up there and gets the kill, who was supporting him? It was Citizen from West Main. Maybe the guy's jumping in trophy. But that doesn't mean he can't be peeked from the guy that was playing like Dining Hallway. So the end goal for G2, I'm not exactly sure of what it was. What I want to see from G2 now is just get this one over the line in this round. If you go to overtime, it is disastrous.
It's one of those that you look at and just think, well, again, round difference does make a big deal at the tail end of this season. I know we keep on speaking about it, but for those who aren't aware, where last year we would have used head-to-head as the primary deal breaker between two teams, now it comes down to round diffs. If you go and look on Wikipedia, go on the EUL page, you can see how ludicrously close it is in those top 5 or 6 teams right now. To give you clarity, BDS +7, G2 +6, Rogue +5, LFO +3, Outsiders +2. If one team wins 7-2 and one wins 7-5, 7-5, that can be the difference maker next week.
Yeah.
And this is potentially that 7-5 that we're talking about.
We talk about LFO looking back at an M&M game and saying we shouldn't have lost that. We could be talking about G2 looking back at a round and saying we shouldn't have lost that. Or 4 rounds, because the first 3 rounds in this game, they shouldn't have lost and they were way too slow to adapt if it does come down to round difference.
You'll be kicking yourself, that much is for sure. For now, at least, though, G2 need to get over the finish line. It still adds +2 to their round if it will still elevate them up to 16 points, which will put them in second place, 1 point ahead of BDS and 3 points ahead of Rogue and LFO. So it's still yet to look pretty spicy coming into that final play day. Library going to be the focus to kick things off then. We are indeed on the top floor, so G2 need to work their way across. In goes Citizen, just pops the detection, drops back out the window again for a second until it's all gone, and then he'll work his way back inside.
I love that alibi prisoner, because you always get pinged by it. There's really nothing
you can't do nothing about it.
You've just got to shoot it and go back away. But it's a really good tool of information. I know Fabian says alibi is useless. For the most part, she can be. There's usually another operator to bring. That particular window, she's absolutely fantastic. Breach is going in. We're seeing a more proper round coming out of G2. They're going to Thermite, they're going to use the Thatch AMP grenade. Titan places a pocket mirror in the closet late for presumably a push through into the piano, as the other mirror window, which is on the breach, does get popped. I thought that was his mirror window that got popped.
Imagine.
For just a second there, and I was wondering how it happened, given the Twitch ban. 5v5 though. Minute 30 wasted, although this execute is going to come in, and there's very little anybody from Secret can do about it, apart from Keenan, who's playing this power position of the piano shield. The shield has now been removed, makes it even harder to play, and he's had to back off.
Yeah, Secret dug in so far to the north here, just slowly having that front line pushed back by G2 and their onslaught coming in from the south. But look at the little rat that we've got lying down, by the way. Sleben is just snaking, but needs to start making a move. As you say, you can't stay there forever. G2 aren't just going to walk into your feet, unfortunately. Another nade on side here. Citizen going fishing. Can he find Titan underneath? He does do a chunk of damage, and Titan, surely now's a good time to be moving away, but if you are down to nothing, but in comes the plant in a 5 versus 5. Virtue finding Kendra as he did try and make his play. They're sat here on the hatch. They've forced them back far enough. It's all too easy for G2. We've come full circle. Sleben up on the flank, looking the wrong way. Finds one, can't yet find a second. Looks the wrong way as Doki was tucked off behind the pillar. This should be it for G2. 5 HP for Keenan, 5 for Titan. 1's removed. 4 versus 1. G2, they make it look hard, but they get the 7-5 and a critical 3 points in the race for top 4.
And that's exactly what you need. When you need the 3 points, you play your absolute best, most proper siege, and you get the plant down in a 5v5 scenario, and you win the round. I can criticize G2 for